8 or 24?
Number 8. 24 was more challenging.
It's Monday, so that means 3 things. 1, I'm not your MCM. 2, it's a Mamba Monday. And 3, it's time for the 824 podcast. How you guys doing? I'm your host, the product of poverty's environment, D. Chuck Paul. Episode 96. Free. Are we free? Shit. I think Kyrie free, because he played last night. But we going to get into all that. But first, a couple of RIPs from some folks from my childhood that made it so great as far as TV and animation. Rest in peace to Kevin Conroy, the voice of the animated Batman from Batman animated series and other animated Batman cartoons and whatnot. He played Bruce Wayne in the season finale of Arrow. That was pretty dope. And I didn't even know me and him shared the same birthday, 11/30. You know what I'm saying? He's a Sag bro too, so RIP to him. My son heard about that shit, man, because my son, he loves Batman. And rest in peace to Jason David Frank, better known as Tommy the Green Ranger and White Ranger. Passed away at 49. They don't know the specifics of his death yet. Some rumors floating around saying it was a suicide. I don't know how true that is. There's no autopsy yet. But he debuted in 93 as the Green Ranger and has been continuing getting Power Ranger money till this very day, even lending his voice to the video games and animations and stuff like that. And even voiced one of the Transformers in Titans Returns. I didn't even know that, and I'm a big Transformers fan. So RIP to Kevin Conroy and Jason David Frank. Sheesh, my 90s. And that was basically the after school thing right there. Like, you come home from school, you're from New York City, Fox 5, you will watch Batman animated series, you will watch Power Rangers, So yeah, RIP to those two. And some sad news. This past week there has been video floating around of a young lady getting beaten to death by her so-called friends that she went away on vacation with to Mexico. Her name is Shanquella Robinson. I hope I'm pronouncing it wrong. 25 of North Carolina. I didn't watch the video. I don't like watching videos of people getting beaten bloody. Like if it's two people like squaring up fighting, cool. But if it's just somebody who doesn't have the capacity to fight back or protect themselves, or just getting bullied and beat down, I don't want to see that. And from what the talks and the rumors are going on about it, I have posted on Facebook and Twitter like, look, I don't know what video is out there, please don't send it to me. And then when they said that the woman was killed in the video, I'm like, why are you guys showing this? Like, we just went through the whole PNB Rock getting killed and people sharing his bloody body all over the internet. We just went through Takeoff getting murdered and people sharing his bloody body all over the internet. And now people are sharing this. And the sad thing about this is that these are people that she knew. Her college friends that her mother said. She went to Mexico to celebrate for whatever reason with her friends. They're all going to hang out. I forgot whose birthday it was. And whatever started the altercation, she's on video getting beat up. There's a man, they said, who was recording the video, saying things like, "Are you even going to fight back?" The girl was like, "No." And the girl, I was told, is naked, getting beat up by this other girl. And then when her mother said that she called her once she arrived and said she'll call her the next day once she knows she's good and everything's settled in. Her mother didn't hear from her. So one of the friends called her mom and said that she has alcohol poisoning. Then the other friend went and said she had food poisoning. So everyone's giving her different stories, the mother said, so she said she didn't believe none of them. And then she gets a call saying that she passed away. And here's the crazy thing about it now. A doctor from the hotel or whatever came to check on her, tried to revive her, but it was too late. She was pronounced dead 3 p.m. local time. And the male who was said to also have been her best friend, who was videotaping the altercation, was at the mother's house throughout the whole week. This happened October 29th, mind you. And this is November 21st today. And he just been there, just, getting info to feed back, I guess, to the other women who are involved. Grieving with the family. This is like Juice, the movie Juice, where Bishop kills his homie and he's at the funeral saying, "Yeah, we're going to find the killer." Like, this is crazy. And I know lots of girls who travel with their friends. I know some girls who travel with people they just met. Be careful. Although this young lady knew these people, it's even crazier to travel with people you don't know or you just met. Always let people know where you're going. And it's hard to prevent something like this, because like I said, like we all know, these are people she knew, that she thought she knew and trusted. And they did this to her. She was buried this past weekend. A lot of people made donations and whatnot. The father was upset. I seen an interview where he was fighting back tears. And let me say something, let me be clear. Not that I wish this on myself or anyone in my family and whatnot, but God forbid this were to happen to me. I have one son. There's no way in hell that those friends would be walking alive right now. Money will be put on their heads. If not that, I would make sure they will go to the prison of my choice, because I have friends who work in prisons and who are serving time in prisons. They will not do their time peacefully, nor would they live out their full sentence. And no parent should go through this. Even when the situation with Trayvon Martin happened, and to this day people are saying like, "Oh, you guys are killing each other. Ain't nobody do something about Zimmerman." That's the father's job. He should have put him down a long time ago. I'm sorry, not sorry, but hey, it's the same man who's making a living right now, running around talking about how he killed a teenager. And I hope these dirtbags are brought to justice, or brought to street justice. And also, the media is not talking about this either, that Kyrie Irving donated $65,000 to their GoFundMe. I mean, I'm sure they already had the funeral taken care of, but at least with that, they could take care of lawyer fees and things of that nature to prosecute the alleged friends, the murderers. But I just don't have to speak on that, because that shit is crazy, man. Like I didn't watch the video. Like I said, I didn't watch the video. I read a couple of different news articles on the situation, and I was just like, man, this shit is fucked up. And like I said, Kyrie had donated $65,000, and Kyrie, he's always been a very philanthropic person, Like I said before, he donated money to the WNBA players who opted out of playing in the bubble. You ain't hear none of those women come to his defense and say he's not anti-Semitic or hateful person at all. I'm on my fuck them shit too now. But yeah, Kyrie apologized again. He was on Sports New York and he apologized, and he further explained what he meant by saying he cannot be anti-Semitic, and also about the conversation that needs to be had with blacks, whites, Jews, and people of different walks of life and races to come together and whatnot. I'm going to play a minute clip of this interview, and I'll leave a link in the description so you guys can go and watch it as well.
You know, this has been described as a process to return to the court for you since the suspension was handed down. Can you walk me through kind of what the past couple weeks have been like and what that process has been like for you?
Yeah, I would love to describe it to you. It was a learning journey, to be honest with you. It was a lot of hurt that needed to be healed, a lot of conversations that needed to be had, and a lot of reflection. And I got a chance to do that with some great people from the Jewish community, from the Black community, from the white community. I've had so many conversations with all of our races and cultures and religious groups of people.
Yeah, the apology tour continues, and he even apologized again before his game last night against the Memphis Grizzlies. He had a cool 14 points. I mean, the media's not talking about his game or whatever. You know, they only want controversy. So I'm gonna throw in the stats real quick. Durant had 26, 9 for 16, 0 for 3 3-pointers, surprisingly. Ben Simmons had a big game. He had 22, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. Kyrie Irving had a cool 14 points, 5 for 12, 2 3-pointers. Not bad. They won by 12. It was up by like 20-something for most of the game. Ja Morant didn't play, but at least they're on the right track, you know. Hell, even the Lakers won 3 in a row. Anthony Davis only took 2 3-pointers at 30 and 18. Less threes, more points in the paint. Back to Kyrie. Yes, so, I mean, what's crazier though, I got a text from somebody, one of my cousins, I believe, with Candace Owens actually talking about this whole Kyrie Irving situation. And like I always tell people, sometimes you gotta forget who the messenger is and listen to the message. I'm gonna play a 1-minute clip of Candace Owens talking about this Kyrie Irving situation.
It's important to underscore, first and foremost, the absurdity of the media, the way that they are behaving in that press conference. They're essentially approaching him, pretending that every single word of the documentary that Kyrie Irving did not make, he has to answer for. Could you imagine a world in which everything you watch, right, you are somehow now responsible for every single word within it? Notably absent, by the way, is the press going up to Jeff Bezos, who is the owner of Amazon, who runs Amazon, and saying, hey, why did you allow this documentary to be on Amazon? There's no outcry. There's no everybody delete your Amazon accounts because of this documentary. They are putting this firmly and squarely on Kyrie Irving, which is problematic in the first place. I want to also make it clear that in listening to his words, it is pointedly ridiculous that they would say that he is unfit to be associated with. There was nothing that he said, but I would say that he is unfit to be associated with because he very clearly condemns the falsities in the movie. He says, I do not think this way. He actually calls them falsehoods that are unfortunate. Right?
She's spitting. You know what I'm saying? Look, when you got Jason Whitlock and Candace Owens speaking facts, something is wrong. But also I do know they're trying to cross over and get a certain group of folks on their side of the road, on their side of the tracks and all that too. But hey, I'm always open to listen to the dialogue from different folks. You know, because at the end of the day, you can't have good conversation with just looking for one point of view. Speaking of one point of view, I'm going to go to a point of view which makes no damn sense. Don Lemon calling Charles Barkley early in the morning to talk about this situation. Whew. Again, quick 1-minute clip, and I'm gonna leave the links below so you guys can go and watch for yourselves.
So joining us now, basketball legend, NBA analyst, Mr. Charles Barkley. Good morning to you, sir. I really appreciate you joining us.
Of course, Don. Thank you guys for having me.
Why so outspoken, especially when it comes to this issue? You know, even as someone you're covering sports, but you're speaking out about issues that have to do with culture and society. Why so outspoken about this?
Well, Don, I don't like that word outspoken because I hope anybody who sees racism in any form whatsoever should stand up, whether it's against a black person, a Hispanic person, a Jewish person, Asian. Asian hate's going a big deal in this country right now. So anybody should try to do the right thing. If you see something wrong when it comes to race or homophobic or sexist, you should always say something. So, and I'm always going to do that. I don't care about the repercussions. If I see something wrong happening, Don, I'm going to say something.
How do you think the league should deal with it? Because, listen, he's still...
This is the same man that calls women in San Antonio big and ugly and fat all the time. That's pretty sexist. But Barkley, nothing he said or did was racist, sexist, or misogynistic. Charles Barkley, shut the fuck up forever, please. Not like Charles Barkley, one of my fave players. But sometimes I'm just like, man, just shut the fuck up. What are you talking about? Whew. It's crazy because, like I said, some of these motherfuckers, they didn't watch the documentary. There's certain people that they said, hey, these, like they said about the Holocaust, whatever, the numbers being skewed or whatever. A lot of people think that. And what they did was post a person or a person who had an interview who were saying these things so you could know who it came from. But anyway, some of y'all don't watch or read stuff, so I can't be mad. I can't be mad. But yeah, that's two things I really wanted to talk about. The young lady who passed away in Mexico and this Kyrie Irving situation. Whew. Before I let go, Thanksgiving is Thursday. I want everyone to be safe. Be around people you love, you care about, friends, family, whoever. Side chicks, wives, girlfriends, boyfriends, husbands, whatever. Whoever you with, be with the people you love, people who make you feel great and good, and be safe. You know what I'm saying? A lot of crazy shit going on in the world. You know? And like I always say, like, share, subscribe, comment. God is good. God is great. Thank God my paper's straight. I am the Pope Chuck Paul. Peace out.